you're going to do a little sequence called a moon flow. And this is actually going to take us around our mat so that we end up facing in different directions. So there'll be quite a lot of cueing to begin with, but hopefully we'll be able to get into a pattern of repeating it so that you can really settle into your body and start to notice how the positions and the movements feel in your body. So when you're ready, come to the top of your mat, facing the short edge of your mat. Just going to move this slightly. So coming to the top of the mat, facing the short edge, and just noticing how your feet feel against the floor. Closing down the eyes or softening your gaze, can you take a breath in through the nose and let everything go out through the mouth? And as you start to notice your breath, your natural, normal breath, can you allow your outside world to melt into the background? Your focus and your awareness moves inwards. Let's take a moment to bring the right hand onto the chest, onto the top of your heart space, allowing this sense of touch to bring you deeper into your heart and noticing how your heart feels today. Maybe it feels full of joy, happiness. Maybe there's sadness there, frustration. However you feel, whatever emotion comes up, allow yourself to honor it. You are allowed to show up in this space however you are feeling. This space is safe for you to work through your emotions and your feelings. Releasing that right hand and breathing in and out through the nose, sending your breath into the side of your body, side of your rib cage. With every inhale, there's an expansion. You're taking up more space. With every exhale, there's a softening back and you arrive back home. Or settle deeper into your home. And then make fists with your hands and circle through your wrists here. Allow the hands to rest down by your sides, but you're circling through the wrists. One way and then the other. Noticing how that feels, if there are any clicks or cracks. Can the movement just start to massage those out? And then reach arms out in front of you. Fingertips will open up, palms face down, and start to pull fingertips towards each other. So it's as if you're trying to reach the fingertips together, but you hinge from your wrist. Then pull the fingertips away from each other, hinging from the wrist. Come back to center, then pull the fingertips up towards the sky. Come back to the middle and pull fingertips towards the floor, moving from the wrist. You come back to center, towards each other, away. Back to center, pull the fingertips up, pull them down, come back to center, one more round, towards, away, up, down, and then release, shake off. Tuck chin to chest and roll down through your spine, taking the time just to notice how the spine feels today, where there are any niggles, where you can't seem to draw your attention to certain areas of the spine. And then as you fold over the legs, give your head a little shake and a wiggle. Now bend into your knees nice and deep, but keep your heels grounded. So you're just coming to the point where the heels want to lift, but you push them down into the floor. You might get super low. And then you send the hips back up into the air to fold over your legs. Push through the feet and roll all the way back up through your spine. Head will be the last thing to stack up. From here, can you fold over your legs by hinging from your hips instead of rolling down through the spine? So you're going to bend the knees slightly, let there be a little bend, and then you send your pelvis back, the spine stays straight, and you fold halfway. Then fold all the way over your legs. Let's step the right foot all the way to the back of the mat, drop the knee to the floor, and take a twist. So the left arm reaches to the sky. Bring that left hand back down to the floor. You're going to step right foot up to the top of the mat to meet left. Step the left foot to the back of your mat. Left knee comes to the floor. Take a twist. Right arm reaches to the sky. Take a breath. And then bring that right hand to the floor. Step the left foot up to the top of the mat. Then you lift your torso up halfway to create that flat back. And then as you come all the way up to the top, can you squeeze your bottom, push your hips forwards, you hinge from your hips. Awesome. So we're now a little bit warmer. We're going to get into the moon flow. So can you reach the arms all the way up overhead, interlace your fingers. Reach the hands away from you, reach them over to the left. Creating this little side bend through the right body. Come to the top, reach over to the right. Come back to the top, and then we fold over the legs, so we're creating that flat back, hinge from your hips. Once you get to the flat back position, fold all the way over your legs. Then you're going to bend the knees nice and deep, plant your hands, and let's step the left foot this time towards the back of your mat. Bring that left knee to the floor and reach the arms all the way up overhead, low lunge. From here, you can either bring your left hand to the floor and just reach the right arm up to create a little twist, or you're going to bring your left knee off the floor, turn your right toes towards the right side of your mat, your left hand will reach forwards, and then you twist your body to the right side of your mat as if you want to drop the left hip to the floor. Keep it hovering. Then use your glute, left glute, to pull it back up and send yourself into a runner's lunge. So you'll rotate your right foot to face the front of your mat again. From your runner's lunge, can you just pull the left foot in a little and then start to lengthen through the right leg? From here, you're going to bend into your right knee. Left heel will come to the floor. Walk the hands towards the left long edge of your mat. Right toes turn with you, and you'll be in a wide-legged forward fold. Can you lift that body up halfway, create flat back, and then fold over your legs? We walk the hands towards the left foot. Left toes and right toes turn towards that short edge of the mat at the back, and the right heel will come off. We lengthen through left leg, we come into that pyramid shape. The leg doesn't necessarily have to be long or straight, it just has to create this lengthening sensation, and you imagine pulling the heel back towards you. If you need extra space, grab cushions or blocks to place your hands on. You're going to bend that knee nice and deep, coming into your runner's lunge. And then you've got the option here of dropping that back knee down. So the right knee comes down and you take it into a twist. Left arm will reach up to the sky. Or you keep the back knee off the floor, you turn left toes towards that left edge of the mat, and then you drop that right hip down. Pull it back up. Bringing that right knee to the floor, we reach all the way up into our low lunge. Squeeze your right glute, push your hips forwards, but don't let your left knee move forwards. Then bring the hands to the floor, step right foot up to meet left, fold over your legs. Come up halfway, flat back. From here, you're going to hinge from your hips, so your torso comes up as one. As you squeeze your bottom, push your hips forwards. Relax. Just take a moment of stillness, noticing your breath. Just allowing there to be a pause so that we can save the memory of what we've just done. And you reach arms all the way up overhead, interlace your fingers, reach those knuckles towards the ceiling. Reach over to the right. Come back to center. Reach over to the left. Come back to center. We fold over the hips by hinging forwards through the pelvis moves back, and then you fold over the legs. We're going to go exactly the same way as we came. So right foot steps back, you bend that knee all the way to the floor, you reach the arms up overhead, low lunge. Take a breath. Notice how the body feels. Bring the hands back down to the floor. You've got the option of taking a low lunge with a twist, or bringing that right hand forward, taking the right knee off the floor and turning the feet to face the left so that that right hip comes down and you twist. You reverse that twist. You take yourself into a runner's lunge. So if the back knee was down, lift it up and then slowly lengthen through the left leg. Hips start to lift towards the ceiling. Bend back into that left knee. Walk the hands towards the middle of your mat as you turn the toes to come into your wide-legged forward fold. Take a breath. Can you walk yourself towards your right foot, turning the feet as you go, eventually framing that foot. The left leg will be long and then start to lengthen through right. Imagine you're trying to pull the right heel back towards you, reaching towards the middle of your mat. And then bend into that right knee. You've got the option of dropping left knee to the floor, taking a twist, or you're going to bring that left hand forwards, turn the toes towards the right side of your mat, and drop the left hip to the floor. Push back up, coming into a lunge position. If the left knee was down, then keep it there. Otherwise, you're going to pull the left knee to the floor, reach the arms all the way up overhead. Take a breath. Bringing the hands to the floor, tucking the left toes, left knee comes off and you step up, folding over your legs here. Can you lift the torso up halfway? Push through the feet, squeeze your bottom, push hips forwards as you bring the torso all the way up. Take a moment, relax. And then let's do one more round here. So reach the arms all the way up overhead, then reach to the left. Interlace those fingers, come back to center, reach to the right. Come back to center. We fold over the legs by bending the knees, hinging from the hips, folding forwards halfway, and then fold all the way. This time, let's step the right foot all the way to the back of the mat, drop the right knee down, lift the torso and the arms up. Tuck your tailbone, squeeze your bottom, push your hips forwards. Low lunge. Then you're going to take either a low lunge twist or that revolve twist with your feet turning and the hip dropping. Then squeeze your bottom to pull the hip back up. You come into a runner's lunge Then slowly, if the back knee is off the floor, bring it off, and then lengthen through that left leg. Now I'm going to be turning away from the camera, so you start to walk your hands towards the middle of the mat, towards the right, so that you come into a wide-legged forward fold. Turn your toes so that they're towards the long edge of your mat. Take a breath. And then walk yourself towards your right foot, turning those feet as you go, so that the toes are now facing the short edge of your mat at the back. Awesome. We're going to start to lengthen through right leg. Then can you take it into either a low lunge twist, or the left hand comes forward, you turn the toes and you sink that hip. Reverse, come back up. You're going to drop left knee to the floor. Reach the arms all the way up, bring your torso with you. Tuck tailbone, squeeze bottom, push the hips forwards. And then bring the hands to the floor. Tuck those left toes, take the left knee off, step that left foot back to meet right. Fold over your legs. Allow there to be a bend in the knees. Now come up halfway. Keep that bend in your knees, and as you bring the torso all the way up to standing, squeeze your bottom and push your hips forwards. Nice. Let's reach the arms all the way overhead. Interlace your fingers, reach towards the ceiling. Reach over to the right, take a breath. Come back up to center. Take it to the left. Come back to center. We hinge from the hips to fold over the legs, send your pelvis back. Once you get to the flat back position, fold all the way. This time, left leg steps back. Bring the knee to the floor. Reach the arms all the way up overhead. Take a breath. Notice the sensations in your body. Hands are going to come down to the floor. You take your version here of the twist. Then you reverse. If your knee was on the floor, back knee was on the floor, you take it off and you lengthen through the front leg. Bend into that front knee. Walk the hands towards the middle of your mat, and as you go, you're turning your toes to come into that wide-legged forward fold. Take a breath. Imagine you're pulling your feet towards each other. And then walk the hands towards your left foot, turning your toes as you go to come into the runner's lunge. Then lengthen through your left leg. Imagine you're trying to pull your heel backwards, but it gets stuck. And then from here, take a moment. Decide which twist you're going to take. Are you going to drop the knee to the back knee to the floor? Or are you going to allow it to stay hovering, reach the right arm forwards, turn the toes and drop the hip? Squeeze the bottom to lift that hip back up, come into runner's lunge, and then drop the back knee to the floor. Reach the arms and the torso all the way up. Take a breath. Eventually bringing the hands back down to the floor, stepping right foot up to meet left. Fold over your legs. Lift up halfway. Come all the way up to stand. And relax. Shake off the shoulders, the arms, the hips, the legs. And so feel free to continue exploring with that sequence and with that flow. You can go back to the beginning if you want the instructions again, or if you feel like you've got it in your body and you can allow your body to guide you, then go in that direction. If you are ready to finish, then bring one hand onto your chest, one hand onto your belly. Close down the eyes or soften your gaze. Notice your breath. Notice the sensations within your body. Become aware of the space around you. Draw your attention inwards, and you notice your energy. How does it feel in your body? What is happening? And then notice your feelings, your emotions. Have they changed from when you checked in at the beginning? Take a breath in through the nose, sigh it out through the mouth. We're ready to step back into our day. Thank you so much.